Hello, welcome again to my channel. My name is MsNoBuntu, 𝐓𝐴 divinely inspired, vibrantly anointed artist, and I'm back again with another video. But before I get into that, if you have not subscribed yet and you've been continuing to come here and you enjoy what you see on this channel, please consider subscribing down below. Hit that subscribe button and the notifications bell next to it so that you are notified every time that I do upload something on the channel. Please also check the description box. I usually jot down a little cute message in there for you that kind of expounds on the video. On if I've missed out on something and I didn't add it in the video, I'll add it down below in the message to you. So please check the description box below. There's also a tip jar in there so that if you want to contribute financially into the channel, you can email me and I'll send you bank details if you're in South Africa so that you can send that appreciation gift. But without any further ado, let me get into what I'm here to talk about today. So listen, I try to show up put together every time I do these videos, but the flow, when it's coming and I just have to flow. So listen, are you able to recognize when something is put in front of you? You've made a request to Yahweh, to Jah, to God, to Jesus Christ. You've made a request. Are you able to recognize when the thing that is put in front of you is not it? Sometimes in the in-between, in the meantime, while you are waiting for the thing that is ordained for you to culminate and manifest, and you are doing your part, the part that Holy Spirit has counseled you and showed you and whispered in your ear and in your heart and in your understanding to do, the part that's for you to do. While you are busy doing that and you are in the meantime, while you are waiting for the thing that you ask God for, some counterfeits are going to show up. And God is going to let that happen. He doesn't bring that to happen, but he lets that happen. Because there's a number of things that are going on in his mind. Will you be able to recognize the counterfeit? And when you see the counterfeit, will you be able to decline the counterfeit? And that is part of your journey to the thing that you have asked for. The part of it is that you need to be able to say no to the thing that's not it. You need to be able to turn down the thing that's not it. You need to be able to say no thanks to the thing that is not quite aligned, does not quite resonate to the thing that you asked for. That's missing something from the thing that you asked for. The other day, I went to look at a property because, you know, I'm just looking to get into property more. And we go into this house and it's the interior designing, not the decorations, the interior designing, how things are like sectioned around in the house was beautiful. In fact, even the design of the house and the outside design, inside design, and it has this backyard that's literally very spacious and beautiful. But the one particular thing about this house was that, first of all, a lot of the walls, I'm talking from the floor, there was a crack on the floor, like a rising crack on the floor, to the point where the tiles were broken because it's like there's a crack and it kind of raised up and then it cracked through, and because the concrete is raised, it cracked through the tiles. There is like dampness throughout all the walls, along the bottom and along like the ceiling part of the house. And I keep asking the real estate agent, what is this? You know, I mean, I'm very concerned about this. Is the owner willing to first fix this and look into this before we actually get into, okay, we might make an offer, or, you know, because I definitely knew that I was probably interested, but I was like, not with all this dampness. And if that can be dealt with, not superficially, but at its root level, sure, I can go with this property. It's a nice property. And this lady kept saying, oh, no, 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 don't worry about it. Oh, no, 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 don't worry about it. The other thing about this property is that it was really, really filthy. You can see that the previous owner, or the current owner actually, you can see that the current owner was renting this property out and hasn't even been there to make sure that it is clean, and the way that it presents when potential buyers come to see it is a way that is respectful. The place was filthy. Not that it can be cleaned, but are you trying to sell a house or not? Place was filthy. Things that were broken were not fixed. Things that were missing and cracked were not fixed. Just things that were just, you really need to fix, that were not fixed. And the presentation was poor. The presentation was entitled. Because this was someone who was saying that they're not even willing to negotiate down their price. So they're not willing to negotiate prices with you. They're saying, the realtor told me, he said he's only willing to give this much of a discount, and beyond that, that's up to you. And I'm like, do you see the damage that is on this property? But that's how the counterfeit shows up. That's partly sometimes how the counterfeit shows up. You get the thing, but there's this other things that are like, I don't understand why this place is so filthy. Why couldn't they just keep it clean for when people come see it and it's presentable and it's beautiful to just look at, even if it has these concerns, structural concerns like dampness along the walls, you know? It was filthy. There were black plastic bags in the double garage, just not taken out to go with the trash, just sitting there. And I'm like, has this person even been here since whoever was living here vacated this space? And for me, it looks like nobody has been there. This is somebody whose keys don't even stay with them. This person's keys stay with the lawyers. I was like, what is this? But this is how counterfeits show up. They'll show up with the thing, but the presentation will be poor. Sometimes the presentation will be, almost perfect, but there's always that something that's out of place. That your instinct, that your discernment picks up and goes, I don't like that, or not quite. And that's when you know not to go for the thing. Are you able to even recognize the thing that you've asked for as you wait for the thing to arrive? Last night, I went to sleep and I said, okay, show me, is that water damage that is a high concern for me or not? Show me what to do. And God, communicated with me and said, no, that's not superficial damage. That's structural damage. That's a lot of money of damage. And that's not the kind of thing that you want to have to take on. Go for something that is in pristine shape, because you deserve it. And that is my blessing to you, that when you get this place that you're looking for, I want you to take one that's in great condition, that's not going to cost you, on top of the fact that you have to take a home loan. I say this all to say, are you aware? Are you clear enough about what you want? Have you defined clearly what you want and what you don't want? So much that you're able to recognize when the counterfeit shows up and it's saying, I'm the thing. You have to look at the presentation. There's something about God that's very detailed. God shows up and gives you something that you've always been, God shows up and gives you something that you've been praying about, down to the T in detail. He's not going to mess up the details, because his love is in the details. And to show you how much he loves you and how clearly he heard you when you prayed, he's going to give you particular details that nobody could have known except you and him, and you having prayed to him those details, and him knowing also you even greater than yourself. What else would make you even more happy on top of the details that you describe to him? He's in the details. And you need to watch the fruit of the details, because the fruit of the details then tell you what it is. Is it the real thing or is it the counterfeit? This place was absolutely gorgeous, and we loved the location, but the details, the presentation, let me know. Put a check in my spirit that, I don't know. And I went to God and I said, is this the place I need to go with? And he confirmed overnight in my sleep. I woke up at 4:30 a.m. today with God showing me exactly what was wrong and why I should not go with that particular property. So I just came here to say, keep the details of the things that you pray for in mind and meditate on them and mull over them, so that when these things do come to pass and they are in front of you, you're able to recognize them. But also that when the counterfeit comes, you are able to recognize the counterfeit, because the counterfeit always falls short. There's a particular detail that the counterfeit always misses out on, always shortcuts on, always goes for the low quality thing on. The counterfeit, there's always something that falters in the quality, in the delivery, in the presentation. There's always a detail that's off in the counterfeit, and you need to be able to discern these things. So I'm just saying, stay in prayer as you are waiting, and you in the meantime, in between time, waiting for the things that you ask God for. Stay alert and stay in prayer about the things that present themselves to you as the thing, so that you are able to test them against the details that you're very clear about. And when things don't completely fit, and it's not to your benefit that they don't completely fit, you know it's a no. There's times when they completely fit, and then some, because God is not a God who's just going to bless you as according to your ask. He's going to add more that you never even thought you knew. So it's going to give you the thing that you wanted in detail, and then add more stuff that you didn't even think to ask for, or didn't even dare to ask for. And it's going to say, I know you wanted this too, or I know you needed this too. So I'm adding this cherry on top, and this whipped cream on top, and these sprinkles on top, oh, and this bowl on top. And I'm going to bring it to you on a golden platter with a golden spoon. And baby, you understand what I'm saying? It's the details. It's the details. And in the meantime and in the in-between time, keep them in mind. Mull and meditate on those things, so that when they do show up, you're able to recognize. And when the counterfeit shows up, you're able to recognize. That's all I came here to say. I will see you next time. Stay blessed and be blessed. Bye.